Hi, guys.
Hi, welcome back to the Beer Sherpa. My name is Danimal, and I have a special guest today.
Mackenzie's here, ready to party.
Absolutely. Mackenzie is one of my coworkers here at Off Square. She is server, bartender, front-end manager, just like myself. We basically run the show.
We do.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it. Have a good time.
And the reason I'm bringing Mackenzie in today is because we're doing her favorite beer.
Hard day, baby.
Hard Day is a double IPA. It is one of our first double IPAs that we did here.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely.
Rice Rocket was first, and then I think it was Hard Day.
And then we tagged along with Cashmere after.
Absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully down the line we will be hitting those up as well. But before we get into Hard Day itself, I think we might need to talk about what a double IPA actually
Absolutely.
is, because people just don't know, and I feel we need to clear that up. So, first off, double IPAs tend to be pretty popular. Hops and bitterness are a big thing in beer culture, but these beers are popular because of the hops themselves.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. In general, a double IPA is simply nothing more than more hops and more malt. And with that added malt and hop in the whirlpool and the fermenting stages, it creates this layering effect with double IPAs. You're going to get big hop aromas, big hop flavors, as well as some maltiness and some caramel aspects of it. But the best part of the double IPA is...
You get that high ABV, more bang for your buck.
Absolutely, and Hard Day is one of those beers that is a heavy hitter. What's the ABV on this bad,
It's
Larry?
a beautiful 10% ABV and a 95 IBU on that.
Oh yeah, she's up there. She's up there. But the great thing about so many of our beers here at Off Square Brewing is that the ABV may be high, but they don't come off that way.
They definitely don't drink like a 10% at all.
Absolutely. And with this new batch of Hard Day, it does not drink like a 10% beer. It's spooky. It's spooky good. So let's dive into Hard Day and see just why it is Mackenzie's favorite beer.
It's a beautiful one.
Go. So the first thing that we're gonna do, and because we've already been kind of sipping a little bit, we're actually going to take a look at the beer itself. So when we examine this gorgeous, gorgeous beer, what color would you say that would be?
It's a perfect amber.
Yeah, it really honestly is. Sometimes when we do batches of Hard Day, it tends to be a little bit on the paler side and real hazy, but it will clarify out the gate, and this is just clarified beautifully. It's just
See
that,
it in the light too.
yeah, you just got that small little tinge of haziness in there. This is almost exclusively served in this style of glass here, the lovely 13-ounce snifter.
Yes.
Not only does it look good in this glass, but it is 10%.
It is a 10%. You don't really want to be drinking 20 ounce of them.
No, unless you really had a hard day.
Dan, why don't you go ahead and tell me what's inside of this bad boy?
Oh, I will tell you what is inside of this bad boy. So, as I've done on the last couple of videos, we're going to break this down with grains, with hops, as well as with yeast. So, starting out with the grain, Hard Day was a combination of two-row barley, which several of our beers use, and this is to bring about a golden color to the beer itself. The brewers also utilized several different kinds of malts in order to improve characteristics like mouthfeel. The two that we used for that were the caramel malt and the dextrin malt. And then finally, We utilized an acidulated malt in order to bring just a tinge of lactic acid in there for a little bit of sourness.
I feel like that really kind of balances off and works so well with the different hops that we have in this very specific beer.
Absolutely. The malts with this particular batch of Hard Day have been dialed back a little bit. They used less caramel malt, so it's less caramely and malty, but it brings the two hops that we utilize in this beer to the forefront. And that is kind of the point of a double IPA.
Absolutely.
It's all about the hop.
Yeah, the more bitter, the better, baby.
Absolutely. All right, so we are moving on to our first sips and spills.
First sips and spills. Don't tell our bosses.
No, not at all. So I love the way that this beer smells. Like the two hops that we utilize, they really stand out in this particular beer. So we utilized Citra, which you will find in several of our beers, including Long Day and Headshot. But that Citra hop, especially this batch that we got.
Especially this one, yes. It has been phenomenal. Whatever lot we got it from, chef's kiss.
It is, by and large, my favorite batch of Headshot, Long Day, and Hard Day. Mostly because of that Citra hop that you're going to get the peach, the mango, the lemon, tropical fruits kind of coming out. We also utilized the Bavaria hop on this one, which is going to slightly sweeten the beer, but also give you additional notes of tangerine and other citrus fruits, which I feel really kind of pairs with the malts.
Absolutely, and with the acidulated malt, because that brings out that lactic sourness.
Yeah, and with these two particular hops, again, everything comes to the forefront because it's all about the hops. It's all about being a double IPA, making it a double IPA. More hops, more malt. And you get those big citrus aromas and some even subtle sweet notes on the nose.
You absolutely do.
But especially with first taste, it's slightly sweet, but the hops just kind of, they come out. You get those citrusy notes, you get the subtle malty sweetness in it. You need a second?
It's so good.
Mackenzie was just telling me how when she was out in Arizona, she would brag to her coworkers out there about this beer and had this beer sent to her. And this is like her favorite beer of all.
Yeah, I was able to share this gift with everybody at the brewery in Arizona, and I savored it, and I was sad when it was gone, so I just had to come back.
Yeah.
Can't keep me away.
This has actually been on our beer menu consistently for a long time right now, and I'm not mad about that.
No way.
Last but not least, we utilize the English ale yeast. This is something that we utilize because it does give some malty characteristics to it, but it also has some fruity esters throughout it, which are going to, again, bring those hops to the forefront and make those hops really stand out. The yeast just simply complements the hops and make the beer just so much more enjoyable.
It's really great when you know what all is going into these beers, because you can actually learn and realize what you are enjoying about the beer. And this beer is just a perfect example of everything complimentary.
And it just pays testament to what a double IPA is, about how it's so multi-layered. There's so many different things that go into it, and I think it's important for people to know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So basically, in conclusion, if ever you think you're having a rough day, and even if our long day doesn't suit you, if you're still having a rough day, get yourself a glass of Hard Day.
Does the trick.
Absolutely, and enjoy those big hops. The subtle sweetness and the balanced finish on this beer are just so dangerously good. And, you know, we go through a ton of Hard Day here at the brewery. I know that we sell a lot in the stores. Hard Day is available in 4-packs at the brewery as well as in several stores throughout the entire area of Northwest Indiana.
Yep.
And hopefully, if you live in Northwest Indiana, we'll see you out soon.
Come and have a beer with me. Come and have a beer with Dan.
Absolutely.
We're here all the time.
Absolutely. And until next time.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.